Hey, I went ahead and did a Zoom meeting with my friends, so that's my audience. Just let me get started. All right, is everybody ready? Have you ever squeezed out too much toothpaste and then tried to put it back in the tube? This is a silly question because once you've already squeezed out the toothpaste, you can't really fit it back in the tube. When I was growing up, my mom used this as an example to teach me that once harsh words are spoken, you cannot take them back. Hi, my name is Paige Smith. I'm talking about kindness in the workplace, and my audience, I did Zoom for my friends, so that's the general setup. Have you ever squeezed too much toothpaste out of the tube and then tried to put it back in? That's a silly question because once you've already squeezed out the toothpaste, you can't exactly put it back in the tube. When I was growing up, my mom used this as an example to illustrate that once unkind words are spoken, you can't take them back. So it's important to be mindful about when you're speaking to a group, how your words can influence them. So at some point in time, all of us will have to get a job. So on average, an American works 34.4 hours per week as of May of 2019. So whether that's us working in the home or going out and getting a job, we'll all have to work and spend majority of our waking hours at that job. So I've had a few jobs in my lifetime, and as soon as I quit a job, the longer time goes on, the more I forget about the day-to-day tasks of that job. But one thing that I never forget about is the feeling that I had while I worked there, about the general work environment. If it was a hostile situation, I definitely remember feeling stressed, anxious about going into work, and an overall panic about going into work and having to do my job every day. And that was a deterrent for me. So it takes a long time for us to build a culture of kindness at work, but I'm going to illustrate the point that it is so important to have a general positive outlook at work, and that can be influenced by kindness. So, what is something that is free that makes a big difference in the workplace? Kindness. So, what is something that we have the power to influence and make better in our workplace? Our attitude. So, I'm able to go into work every day, put on a happy face, and maneuver as if I'm happy and things are all good. But if that doesn't come from a genuine place, it's not actually going to implement true change in the workplace. So I'm going to talk about the importance of feeling genuinely good and radiating kindness in your workplace. So kindness works like a domino effect. When I'm kind and it comes from a genuine place and I radiate that throughout my workplace, it's a positive domino effect. So while I'm influencing change in the workplace, it's actually benefiting me just as much as it's benefiting the entire workplace. That's the great thing about service is it's kind of a ripple effect. So there are several studies that have been done that show that kindness in the workplace is pivotal to the health of the company long term. So people are more likely to stay in the job positions they work at, even if they're not getting paid as much, if they feel like they're appreciated and included in important decisions. So the Harvard Business Review said, thinking about other people is often a precondition to feeling connected to them. In this way, compliments can become a social glue, enhancing connections and positivity in relationships and making us happier. I can say that from my own personal job experience, that is true. I was a lot more likely to stay at a job where I didn't exactly love every detail, but when I really looked forward to seeing my coworkers and being around them, it made the job a lot more digestible. So I always admire when someone is able to speak their mind and deliver hard news in a genuine way. Um, One thing that is incredibly important to me is that their delivery is kind and digestible. So when we're working a job, we're always going to have to do stuff we don't exactly want to do. We're going to have to deliver bad news, and it's going to be hard sometimes, especially when we do radiate kindness and have genuine relationships with the people that we work with. But I truly believe that there is a way to be honest um, and be kind. So it's crucial to be honest while still being kind in the workplace. So this attitude of kindness influences all the different areas we work in. So when we look at kind of reasons for being satisfied in a job, we have to think about our own personal achievement and our achievements as a team. We're more likely to stay at a job when we're being recognized for the hard work we're putting forward. When there's responsibility and accountability involved, so we say that working as a part of the team is important. I'm doing everything I can for the health and well-being of the team, and knowing that there will be growth in that job position. So if we think about any of these four reasons to stay at a job, if you're more emotionally tied to the job, it's going to just amplify your hard work and make it even better. One thing about kindness, the great thing is it's free. You don't have to pay any money to be kind. You don't have to go to any seminar. You don't have to do anything extra to implement kindness in the workplace. So it would be hard to think of a boss saying no to implementing a kindness culture in your workplace because it only requires effort. So you might be thinking, okay, I know how to be kind, but in a workplace, what might that look like? So for me, it could be uplifting your coworkers with genuine compliments. You could invite them to lunch to talk about work things or to get to know them personally. And you could mentor someone in an area that you're proficient in. So if I know I'm really good at Excel and that's a big part of our job and someone might be new and having a hard time, you could say, hey, do you need any help with Excel? I might be able to help you. I can definitely mentor you or give you my templates that I've used in the past that have been really beneficial. And anything like that could go a long way, especially to new people in the company. So if we think about the workplace and being kind as metaphorically building a house, why would you not want to use the very best materials possible to build a strong house? So by being kind, each day that we're kind of going to work and prioritize kindness, we're reinforcing that metaphorical house and making it a place we actually want to live. So there are studies that have been done on kindness, and one is that kindness helps us live longer. So people 55 and older who volunteer for two or more organizations have an impressive 44% lower likelihood of dying early. And in this study, they isolate all of it. So people, it wasn't about smoking, religion, anything like that. They isolated it to just say, when you volunteer, how does that affect your health? And they determine that it helps you live longer. So not only is it better for our day-to-day well-being, but it can genuinely extend the length of your life. So kindness has a ripple effect and it can really only benefit the company as a whole. So this situation is personal for me because right now I'm doing an internship at an HR um, company for a factory. So as I go to work every day, I have to give people hard news, discipline them, and do lots of other things that don't always feel good and aren't always received very well. And I found that when I was showing genuine kindness and showing these individuals that I care about them and their well being and their time at this company, it significantly helped the delivery that I was able to give them of this hard news. So when people know that you care about them, they're a lot more understanding of changes that are required for the company. So as I'm about to transition into a career and hopefully get hired into a company that I want to work for long term, it's so important to me that kindness is the center of my time at a company. So the next time you clock in, make sure that you bring kindness with you. It can be easy to brush it off and think that kindness might be a weakness, but I truly believe that kindness is one of the most overlooked strengths that you can have in a company, and that it will not only benefit you, but the company as a whole as you implement kindness in your everyday